All right, so I want to talk to you about this phenomenon that happens within the video production, creative entrepreneurial space. We're told that we need to invest in ourselves, and that's important. We do need to invest in ourselves. If you want to grow, you got to make investments. And investments are wise. It's a great way to grow something. And this viewpoint has completely changed the way I see my own business as well as when I help others. And that is this. There's two basic things that you can invest in. And we're going to leave gear aside for now because we all know we need to invest in gear and all this stuff. And that's a whole nother, like, when do you know you need another camera, another lens? I'm probably not the best guy to ask for that because I love equipment. But I'm going to talk to you about these other two investments that are extremely important. The first one is business development, investing in business development. The second one is personal development. These two aspects are extremely important, but they're often confused. And I see this in scenarios where I'm talking to other videographers and they're saying, hey, I want to invest in this new camera or this new lens or this, this LUT pack or this preset pack or this color grading tutorial or all of these kind of different courses or things like that. And a lot of times it's positioned as like, this is a business investment. If I get these LUTs, if I learn how to color grade from this guy, if I take this course or this class, then it's going to help me grow my business. But when you peel it all back, what it's actually doing is just helping you grow personally, which there's nothing wrong with that. We need to grow personally, but don't confuse growing personally with growing business-wise because they're two totally different things. So let me give you an example. There's a person that wants to invest in a color grading course. And I say, okay, you want to invest in this course. Why do you want to invest in it? Because it's going to help my business. Great. How's it going to help your business? Well, I'm going to be able to produce higher quality videos, which then is going to attract more people. And that's how I'm going to get more leads and more clients out of it. That's how I'm going to grow. And the answer is, while that sounds good and that sounds interesting, okay, yeah, I can kind of see that, it's actually false. It's not going to happen. The things that are going to grow your business are completely different than the things that are going to grow you personally. And what you're really saying when you say those kind of things that are similar to that is you're saying, I don't feel good enough to be able to charge what I'm worth, and I don't feel good enough, and I think that's the reason why people are not attracted to me. But that couldn't be further from the truth. From a business perspective, it really just boils down to sales and marketing. There's an issue with your selling and there's an issue with your marketing. 90% of the time, it's not an issue with your actual product. Like, for the most part, you can get the job done. And I'm sure you can even think of countless people that have a sub-quality, deliverable product, but they're doing a lot more business than you. And that's because they've developed their business and you're kind of stuck over here on your personal development, which, once again, they both are important and they both serve their roles. But when they get confused, most of the time, personal for business, that's where it can lead to problems. So I want to challenge you, what are some things that you can do to invest in your business? I think one of the biggest things that you can do is have more sales conversations, more conversations about what it is that you do. Pop into people's DMs, randomly talk to people, just door knock, go into a business and just, hey, what do you guys do for social media? How do you create content? Have you ever run ads? Just start having conversations, because it's going to be those conversations that give you the confidence and the comfort and the ability to sell more. And I'll tell you exactly why. The reason why is because you'll begin to shut off that overactive part of your brain when you're having these sales conversations that just wants to spit out 1,000 words and keep on talking and talking and talking and talking. You'll learn how to shut that off and then be able to just listen. And that's where true selling actually takes place. Not convincing, not persuading, not all of that stuff. But the true art of selling is learning how to uncover needs and learning how to position your products and services as a solution to those needs. But the biggest part about it is understanding. And you can't understand if all you're doing is just talking and talking and talking. So that's a great way to build up your business development. Another great example would be possibly like purchasing lead list or something like that, where it's like, now you're going to take that money and you're going to purchase a list, somebody who's put together, scraped a whole bunch of emails or whatever it is, and provided you with a list that you can now follow up on. Chances are having more of those sales conversations, having more marketing is going to help drive is going to help you develop your business. In addition to that, there may be another. So in addition to that, another way that you can invest in your business is making sure that you have proper licensing, proper insurance, a CPA, a bookkeeper. Those are all things that will actually help you grow your business because they're going to manage this area that chances are you're not the best at least in my case, I'm not the best at. You're going to make an investment, whether it's monthly or annually or whatever it is. You're going to make an investment and it's actually going to help you grow your business. Why? Because you're going to see the health of your overall business. You're going to see where your money's going. It's going to save you time in the long run. It could save you like some tax penalties or things like that. And it's overall going to contribute to the growth of your business. That would be a great business development investment.